first place in the music, second place in poetry, and third place in poetry as well. First place in the music contest, it goes to Cole Citronbaum from Buena High School. Second place in poetry to Kayla McMullen. And third place in poetry to Jenny Novak. So Mr. Gloyston is going to recognize our students, and we hope that our students will also be performing their winning entries.
Thank you. My name is Don Gloyston, and I know the time is short, so I won't take very much of your time. I'm the sponsor of this program, which is Say No to Dope. And as you know, as many of the kids wear the hats these days, I like to have something, another message on the back that says, say cool to school. I sort of invented these hats, and as you probably know, as I mentioned about a year ago, I lost a son to drugs. He was murdered, and in some kind of a stupid thing, and it was very, very difficult for all of the family, my other 4 children and so forth. So I began to try and think something about it, and I began to listen to some of these music that people had been listening to. And one of the strange things, just as an aside, my daughter was borrowing my car, and she had 2 of our younger sons with her, and they were driving along and said, let's hear what Grandpa is listening to. And they put it in, and it was Snoop Doggy Dogg. And I won't even tell you what the story was. It was pretty ugly. And they tried to ask me, why, Grandpa, why do you do that? And I said, I really do it for anthropological reasons. I'm not sure whether a 6- and 7-year-old understood anthropological reasons, but I really wanted to get an idea of what this information was being pumped into some of our younger people. You see them all with the little handheld things and their things in their ear. Anyway, it turns out that I found out after a little bit of investigation that much of the music that's created in this very negative way, or very positive for drugs, get high, get drunk, and so forth, is really sponsored by the drug people. Some of the drug cartels actually do finance some of the presentation and the publication, and it's a means actually of sort of doing the laundering of money. So there's people there who want to sell drugs who are pumping this music into the kids' ears. So I decided maybe I'd try and see if I could get a little music program going. I've been at this for 4 years, and by the way, I bought 1,000 hats some time ago, and I couldn't get the program going. So in my business, I've had to travel in places like India and China and other places like that, Vietnam, Russia, and so forth. And I've always worn the hat. And people would come up to me and say, hey, can I buy one of those? And I'd say, no, have one. I've got more. And I was just up in Napa, California, and I had 5 of them, and I gave away 4. People come up and said, can I have one of those hats, or can I buy it? At any rate, I wanted the program to go into the schools. So what I've done, thankfully, with the help of Kathy Escher here, and also with Debbie, we were able to get it introduced into the schools, and we've had 60 presentations, 60 wonderful presentations. I'm not going to let you listen to them all here, but here they are. And we had 10 judges. The first prize was $2,500, which my firm is, we're not asking any public money for this. My firm is publishing this. The next is $1,000 and on down. And what we'd like to do just this evening, to take a minute, is to have you listen to some of these really, really impressive works that some of the people have done. The first place winner was Mr. Cole Citronbaum, and his song is 27. And I think we've got him here with a guitar, and I think he's going to play it for us.
Thank you very much.
Do you want to mention that the significance of 27 is Janis Joplin and many other people?
Yeah, there have been many unfortunate deaths throughout the history of music, all at the age of 27. More recently, Amy Winehouse. In the past, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Jim Morrison. And this is sort of an ode to them, as well as a reminder to my friends. You're sitting staring all alone. You think a friend I used to know. You clean up needles once again. It's your deathbed. Look out at streets we used to roam. I could knock when no one's home. I can still remember when we were best friends. So wake up, for the music's gone. Out of control, you spiral fast. You know I can never last. They took your thoughts, they took your soul. Little did you know. Think of the moments you have missed. Can you really live like this? To the past you cannot go. You're alone. Will you live to 27 like Janis Joplin? And it's this substance and silence your song. So wake up, for the music's gone.
We have the exact words for all of that for someone if they'd like to have it, it would be available. The second place, isn't that beautiful? Wasn't that beautiful? Feel it. The second place is Kayla McMullen, and her poem is Before It's Too Late. Kayla?
All I saw were lights flashing on my face. Where am I going? What is this place? Two men grabbed my body and lifted me off the floor and hurriedly rushed me out the front door. The next thing I heard were sirens going wild and a faint whisper beside me, "Please God, save this child." The next thing I knew, I was in the hospital a few streets over. Why is this happening to me? I should have stayed sober. Will I ever see Day again, or my father and mother? Will I get the chance to apologize to my little brother? I set the wrong example. Life isn't supposed to go this way. I would tell him this and change if I had just one more day. I would tell him how important it is to stay in school, and that not even for 1 second will drugs ever make you look cool. They make you dumb and lifeless, like I am on this bed. If I had valued school, maybe this would have gone through my head. But I was the stupid one. I don't want him to be the same. When I look in the mirror, I have only myself to blame. If I was serious about my education and put all my effort into school, rather than messing around and cheating life like an imbecilic fool, I could have had a big future and be successful and bright, instead of wondering if each breath I take will be my last tonight. All I know is that if I make it past this day, I will go back to school and spread the word that drugs are never okay.
And we have one more, which is the third place, and that was won by Jenny Novak. And the name of the entry is Brother.
A sister cries, a mother sighs. Brother, I see the things you do. Am I allowed to do it too? I take your needles from the floor, while you stab in more, then more. Brother, I know you hurt inside. Why do you run? Why do you hide? I look up to you. Am I allowed to do it too? I want to be just like you. Am I allowed to do it too? A needle pierces your arm. Brother, do you know it's not only yourself you harm? But I choose to be more than you. I don't want to do the things you do. School is for me. School holds the key to my future and success, so I can be more than a high, broken mess.
Does anyone have any questions? Let me just say that this is an exciting day for me because it's been 4 years to get this going, and this is the first time it's going to happen. We'll have it next year, and I'm talking to 2 other school districts, and I believe I have some people there who will sponsor that. And so maybe, as the young people say, we can get it to go viral. That would be very exciting. I'm leaving some hats here for anyone who would like to have them. They adjust and so forth. So thank you for your time.
Thank you. Yes, we'd have you come up to the microphone, young people.
Okay.
Young, very talented people that we're so proud to be in our district. Yes.
I just want to say that, I mean, it really got to me. Some of what you said was so heart-wrenching, and you're 3 incredibly talented and passionate individuals that are such an inspiration. You know, I mean, just listening to you, and we can turn this whole thing around. And I think this is an important program because a lot of times we don't understand subliminally what the messages are that are being fed to everyone through music, through the media, and through everything else. So thank you so much for your inspiration.
I'd also like to commend you on your beautiful works. They were really insightful and very inspiring, and really appreciate you coming and reading them and singing them for us tonight. And also to you, Don, for your caring and compassion and generosity. This is a wonderful program. We really appreciate your help.
I wonder if we could ask Dr. Baca, where is Dr. Baca, our principal, Dr. Baca, to come forward.